Christine, it's Tuesday, November the 8th, 2011, and it's Tuesday morning, which isn't usually the norm, because I usually don't film in the mornings. That's usually not what happens, but yeah, the reason I'm doing that is because this isn't the actual content of the video, this is just the intro to the video. So, yes, I'm just eating some toast and putting my video together. And, there's a possibility that this might go just slightly over 4 minutes, but I don't think it will, because I'm cool with that. And even if it does, I think you'll forgive me just because of what it is. Yes, so now I'm going to disappear, and then we're going to go back into the past to Thursday, November the 3rd.
If you don't understand how a woman could both love her sister dearly and want to wring her neck at the same time, you are probably an only child. Linda Sunshine. That quote makes a lot of sense to me. Having a sister is like the greatest thing in the world and the worst thing at the same time. And anyone I know who is an only child has a very different mentality than someone who has siblings. I know that a lot of you may not have sisters, you may have brothers, or maybe no siblings at all. But as for me, I have one older sister, which makes me the baby. So I've gone and thought up a list of things that I consider benefits to being the youngest child. Benefit number 1, clothes. This is the one thing that really only applies if you're the same gender as your sibling, but hand-me-downs are pretty cool. Most of the time. Yeah, there were those few times when I would receive something from my sister and it would have a giant stain on it, or I would look at it and think, I don't want that either. But usually, and especially when I was younger, I would get my sister's old clothes, and oftentimes they made me feel like I was super fashionable wearing them, so that's a win, right? If you know Christine now, you know that we're pretty much the same exact size. So we don't do hand-me-downs per se, but we share everything. And in fact, up until this summer, when she moved out to college, we shared our entire wardrobe. If you fail to see the importance of this, it's because we only had to pay half for the clothes we bought because the other one of us covered the other half. Benefit number 2, we help each other with our problems. And by help each other with our problems, I mean this. Every once in a while, one of us will think that something or someone is really great, and the other one will say, that's really stupid. To which they would respond, shut up, you don't know anything. And then we'll always go our separate ways. But then when we return with totally crushed hopes and a broken heart, the other is sitting there with a box of tissues saying, I told you. Not surprisingly, I'm usually the one who gets told that I'm stupid. I'm pretty naive. But it's okay, because I know Christine's always watching out for me. I mean, she almost went postal in the high school cafeteria for something that a boy said to me. That right there is love. Benefit number 3, an older sister had her license. All last summer, my sister was really restless. She was excited for college and she was cooped up in the house a lot. So she would always come into my room and bug me when I was trying to write. I can't tell you how many times I heard the phrase, do you want to, do something? And of course, I would look up and say, yeah. So she'd beg her parents for the keys, and she'd grab her 30 seconds to Mars City, and we'd be on our way. We did all kinds of things that summer. Sometimes we'd go to Walmart and just walk around, and then oddly funny things would just be generated in our brains, making those trips hilarious. And we'd also go to the mall and wander around there for a while. And one time we went to the park and had an impromptu photo shoot, and then she fell out of a tree. Good times. But as long as we had our music and our box of strawberry-flavored Pocky, we didn't care where we went, we just had to go while we were still free. I could list 1,000 more benefits to having a sister like Christine, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to tell you that she is the most awesome, crazy, hilarious, and intelligent college freshman I know, and I love her to death even when I want to punch her in the face. If you have siblings, I hope you know what I mean. And if you're an only child, I'm sorry, because having a sibling is an awesome thing, and I'm honestly very proud of her on top of how much I miss her now that she's all grown up. This is for you, Christine. Best wishes and DFTBA.